Have you ever felt like your mind is both your greatest gift and your heaviest burden? Like you think too much, feel too deeply, and notice things everyone around you seems to miss completely? If that sounds familiar, stay with me. What follows may finally put words to something you've never been able to explain. Most people assume a high IQ makes life easier, a straight road to success and connection. But psychology suggests a very different story. The sharper the mind, the more invisible battles it may fight every day. Today we look at 4 of them. Have you ever been in a room full of people and still felt completely alone? Not because no one was there, but because no one truly understood how your mind worked? If your answer is yes, this may feel like someone finally wrote your story. The first struggle almost every high IQ person silently carries is overthinking that never switches off. While most people can watch something, feel something, and move on, a highly analytical mind tends to dissect it, running through scenarios, consequences, hidden variables, even when none of it is strictly necessary. Neuroscientist Marcus Raichle, who first described the brain's default mode network in 2001, showed that this internal network stays active even during rest, which may help explain why some minds rarely feel quiet. The same mind that solves complex problems in seconds can also replay a 5-second conversation at 3 a.m., asking, "Did I say the wrong thing?" This isn't ordinary anxiety. It can feel like intelligence without an off switch, and one of the loneliest experiences because no one else can see it happening. The second struggle cuts deeper, the pain of being chronically misunderstood. People who think in dense patterns and systems often skip steps that feel obvious to them but aren't obvious to others. The result can be coming across as confusing, intense, or arrogant, when in reality they're simply operating on a different frequency. Psychiatrist Kazimierz Dąbrowski's theory of positive disintegration described this kind of heightened sensitivity as overexcitability, a trait that can make repeated experiences of being misread genuinely painful over time. Some respond by going quiet, performing a simpler version of themselves just to be accepted, and each time a small piece of the authentic self may fade. The third struggle quietly undermines opportunity after opportunity, a paradox of high expectations and chronic dissatisfaction. Minds wired to see the gap between what is and what could be tend to envision things at their absolute best, and reality almost always falls short. A study from the University of Edinburgh found that people with higher cognitive ability tend to set more ambitious internal standards, and as a result report lower moment-to-moment satisfaction even when their outcomes are objectively better than average. In other words, the smarter you are, the harder it may become to simply enjoy what you have, because part of the mind is always calculating what's missing. The fourth and perhaps most painful struggle is existential weight, the burden of thinking too deeply about life, meaning mortality and purpose. While most people move through their days anchored in routine, a restless mind keeps reaching for something bigger, sitting with uncertainty not occasionally, but as a near-permanent companion. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus put it, it is not things that disturb us, but our judgments about things, and for a mind that can't stop analyzing, that capacity for judgment is rarely at rest. This may be one reason many highly intelligent people describe a quiet melancholy that has little to do with circumstance and everything to do with depth. Here's what's worth taking away. A high IQ isn't a superpower handed over without cost. It can be a double-edged trait, one that offers clarity while quietly removing the comfort of simplicity. If you've spent your life feeling like your mind was too much for the people around you, consider this instead. It was never too much. It may have simply been too rare. If this gave you even one moment of feeling understood, tell me in the comments which of these 4 struggles hits closest to home. Your words might be exactly what someone else needs today. Share this with someone who's always seemed a little too intense, because they deserve to know this about themselves. Your mind isn't a problem to be solved. It's a story still being written.